Hi everyone, it's me, Charlene. Welcome back to my channel, Charlene's Vision. I am Charlene. I'm a psychic oracle. I share with you guys my visions and I try to interpret what I see when it comes to the future, what's going to happen. I also share any hidden messages that of this reality that people do not know, any discovery, any truth I share here on my channel. So that being said, let's get started in today's video. So today's video, this is a continuation of the catch-up summary video that I'm doing. Today I'm going to describe to you guys the conductors. Yes, you guys have heard me mention their name throughout my catch-up videos and even throughout my channel. I also did many videos about, discussing them on my Instagram. So today I'm going to, basically give you guys a brief summary about them, what they've been doing, and all that stuff. Mind you, I don't know the full details of them, the full scope of them, or their agenda even. I just know what they have been doing and what they are currently doing, and I don't know what they consist of, how many they exist. I don't know. But I know that they exist. I know that they've been doing things, and I know that they've been causing harm, and that their agenda is not good. Whatever their agenda is, okay. So let's just get started. So what is a conductor? I basically a conductor is the puppeteer, the shepherd to the sheeps. The puppeteer is like the ones who's holding the strings of the puppets, and in this case, when it comes to the conductor and us, we will be the puppets to them. They hold a string within us. If when it comes to the shepherd, we will be the sheeps, and they are the shepherds. They basically control everything, and they basically been conditioning us and brainwashing us to believe that this reality is real. Because you guys know, I said this reality is actually a false reality. It's not real. It has been programmed to be real. They have, created things within our society to make it seem like it's a good thing for us, but it's actually a false thing for us. Like it's detrimental to our growth, and it's detrimental for us to understand what's really going on. Like we're not evolving, we're not ascending, we're not even going to heaven and stuff, because many people when they die, it's like they die with a low consciousness. It's a whole thing with that, but you guys will figure it out. Like a low spirit, and when you have a low spirit, you can't go higher. You have to go where your spirit level is. So it's just I'm going to explain more about that in a different video. So basically, that's what a conductor position is. These conductors are not quite human. Some of them can be human. So like there are humans that are conductors who are part of this agenda of theirs, whatever this agenda is, who have been doing experiments on us this whole time. I already mentioned this before that we're technically lab rats. We're inside this dome that is basically like the veil, or like it's basically like a blockade, a barrier of some kind, that tells us that we're trapped. It kind of looked like a snow globe to us. But many people do not know that. The public do not know this. There are some who are aware of this. But yeah, so these conductors, it's not just, aliens or extraterrestrials or whatever they may be. I don't know. They're definitely not human, but there are some who, you know, who sided with them, who, um, I don't know, out of fear or whatever the reason, I don't know, but there are humans that are part of it. So that's what I wanted to say about the conductors. I also wanted to share with you guys. This is actually an old channel message that I got, that I did on my Instagram page where I was discussing the conductors. Um, and basically how I channeled it was as if I were like the conductors, like basically getting into their minds and how they think and how they view us in a way. So I wrote it in like their point of view. So here I go, I'm gonna read this point of view that I did. So for that way you guys can have a better understanding what I am saying. So excuse me for all the little whatever is going on with my speech. So here we go. I'm speaking in the conductor's point of view. I am the conductor. I created a system for the test subjects, which the test subject accepted because it is unaware of self nor this reality. It believes that it created a system that works for the inhabitants on earth, not realizing that has that they have been controlled the entire time. The test subjects then grew the seed in which we planted and created other manipulation seeds that is the offspring of the original experiments. So in that part, basically the conductors planted like an agenda onto us in the beginning of our evolution. They planted a propaganda basically that this propaganda brainwashed us and conditioned us to believe a certain ideology, a certain way of life, a certain way of how we're supposed to live in our society, and while keeping us limited to access to true information of what's really going on or what's even been written down for us to know by enlightened beings and stuff like that. They basically either kept it for themselves, destroyed it, and stuff like that. So they basically planted seeds, manipulation seeds within the society. But us, the inhabitants, we also created these seeds as well. We grew it. We expanded this manipulation seeds, whether we're consciously or wherever or not we did. And therefore, they fed off that, and the original experiment that they did, it has worked better than they ever expected, to the point where sorry, one second, sorry, someone was texting me. But so the original experiment, I hate when this happens. I get distracted. Someone literally just texted me, and then okay, so the original experiment was basically um their agenda, whatever their agenda is. I believe, I don't know what their agenda is. I know what they have been doing. They've been doing experiments on us, not just on human beings, but also on animals. Because remember I said, if you look back on my channel, the truth that I share with you guys is that Homo sapiens, we are genetically modified. We are the mutation and evolved species of the animal kingdom that is known to us and not known. So they are aware of that. They know that many human beings evolved from different animals, not just apes, because not all evolved from apes. And they take advantage of that. So they've been doing experiments on us. So their original experiment was to like have some type of control. And what they did is they manipulated the situation, conditioned the situation, and just planted a program to keep us brainwashed, basically. So that was the original experiment. But we ourselves expanded the original experiments by keeping it alive and creating other manipulations within our society. So that's with that. It has more, so let's continue on. Okay, it says there is one big system, or which we all there is one big system, or which we all need and condition. Okay, what the fuck did I write? Okay, ignore that part. Hold on one second, you guys. This is so embarrassing. There is one big system, or which we all need and condition. Okay, I don't know what I wrote in that part, but let's ignore that part. Okay, what is this system? It is a code that is manipulated and brainwashing the test subject. The stronger, the stronger and wise can prevail, but first they must gain consciousness awareness. My writing, I can't. The test subject is unaware of the conductors nor themselves, nor their Okay, the test subject is unaware of the conductors, nor of the system that is at play. The only system that they believe exists is what they created for themselves, for their society. So it has a lot to do with social learning, a lot to do with conditioning, a lot to do with brainwashing and manipulation. It's nothing but propaganda. and we've been all sucked into it. So that's a little brief description of their point of view. I do apologize for a little mistakes in error that I literally, I don't know what the heck. Mind you, I wrote this message like I think beginning of this year. So I wrote okay, when I write or channel, I write fast, so it kind of looks sloppy. So it was kind of hard for me to read it. But if you guys want like a clear understanding of that part, I did do an Instagram video on it, so you guys can go check that out on there. Um, so yeah, so that's basically what that gives you the idea of like when it comes to the conductors, their mindset and stuff like that. And whatever their agenda. I know they want control. I know that. I know that they've been doing experiments. I know that, but there's an agenda because I said there's something regarding the Great Divide, whatever that means. Which I'm gonna do a catch-up summary on that as well. Even though I don't know the full context on that because I just know that there's two different agendas. That's all I know. But that's it for that part. But anyways, when I was, channeling this message, and stuff like that, so for some reason the Nazis popped up. I was like, the Nazis? What the Nazis has to do with it? And then I started to think and remember that a long time ago I used to watch this movie. It was about the Nazis, basically on their point of view, or like what really happened during the war, and stuff like that. And in this movie, it showcased that they were doing experiments on people. And this movie was very graphic. This part where the experiments, I was like, what the heck? It was just very, very graphic. Um, I did not like that part. But yeah, so basically in this movie, it showcased the Nazis doing experiments on the human beings. So I'm like, oh, remember what I said? In this reality, there are hidden messages in our shows, movies, books that we read, and especially the music, right? So in this movie that I watched years ago, regarding Nazis, it showcased that they did experiments, and I actually believe that's actually a real thing that they did. This is actually a true story. So I'm like, oh, so that's the reason why it popped in my head, the Nazis. So the Nazi has something to do with this as well. Um, so yeah, the Nazis has something to do with it. I don't know the full understanding of it, but you guys know. Once I know more, I will share more. But definitely the Nazis. Pay attention to that, their history. Um, but what I've been seeing based off my visions of these conductors, they look like scientists and agents. So I already described the alien invasion video. Basically, and I said they look like agents, like government agents of some kind. You know how they dress, the government agents dress. That's how they were dressing, but they were aliens. But the conductors, remember I said, it's not just supernatural, extraterrestrial type of being. They're also humans that's doing this as well. Some people in the military, some people in different groups, whatever groups, secret groups that exists out there. I don't know everything, but there are humans that is part of this as well, who've been doing experiments on humans as well on animals, and not just any type of human. They do experiments on. They do experiments on the X marker of species humans, and it's not fair to the humans because they don't know what they have in their genetics. They don't know what they have in their DNA. The X marker people do not know that they are X markers. And that's what's so fucked up, that they're doing this to these people. They are unaware of self. They do not know thyself. Basically, that little phrase that they say in the Bible, you must know who you are. Because once you know who you are, you can understand this reality, you can understand God. And many people in this world do not know who they are. So that's why it's easy for the conductors to manipulate us, to brainwash us, to condition us and do these experiments, in secret, or, this whole time. It's easy for them to do that because we do not know thyself. Therefore, we do not know God. We do not know this reality. We do not know this earth. So, of course, it's easy for them to do this. But they, off the time in my vision, they're dressed like scientists and agents. And something regarding the military as well. There is a secret group within the military that is corrupt. I see a lot of corruptions in my vision regarding different government groups. Some of them are in the military. Some of them are police in the police system. There's a lot of corruption in there. Some of them are judges. A lot of corruption there. It's just a lot of corruption in the justice system. Period. Um, and scientists too. So it's just I just don't trust nobody but myself in the universe. That's it. I just gotta keep it real because there's a lot of fucked up shit going on. So yeah, that's all I want to say. That gets you guys caught up on that. I think I got everything. Hold on. So I mentioned like their point of view, what they've been doing, controlling, doing experiments and stuff like that. And it's gonna get worse, mind you guys. Like in the future, they're gonna continue once everyone find out the truth, because people gonna know the truth. Once everyone find out the truth, they're gonna start doing experiments like out in the open. People gonna be getting kidnapped. You're gonna see a lot of news report about people getting kidnapped, even human trafficked. It's a lot of shit that I saw. It's just ridiculous. But they will, like, once they figure this out about, once the people start to awaken, things is gonna get hectic and it's gonna be chaotic, because people didn't know and people didn't understand, and like once they basically, it's like a Scooby Doo moment. You know how they unveil the mask of these type of people, what they've been doing. That exactly what's going to happen in the future. And I don't like these conductors people. Like they could like, I give them a fuck you. I don't care for them at all. Like literally at all. Like no fucking mercy for these type of people. I don't care, human or non-human. I don't give a fuck. I don't like them. What they've been doing, like they've been doing experiments on children mostly. Um, Especially like the children that are ex-workers. They've been doing experiments on them, so I definitely don't fuck with their asses. They've been doing experiments on the animals, the poor animals. The animals like, what the fuck is going on? They don't even know. And they've been doing experiments on them, so I'm like, fuck their asses. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait till for everyone to know the fucking truth, and not only that, for we could come for their asses too. So yeah, fuck them. Seriously, I do not have no emotions for them at all. I do not care for them. I don't like what they have been doing to like. They've been doing this for years, like for a very, very long time. And it's time for justice to pay them a fucking visit, bitch. I swear to God, like they ain't no mercy for these type of people. They had so many chances to do right, and they decided not to. So fuck them. Okay, so that's all I gotta say for today's video. Thank you. Goodbye. See you guys later.